Well, welcome to Hutto Memorial Baseball Field for this Saturday afternoon baseball action between the Vandegrift Vipers and the Hutto Hippos. Last night's game they decided to move it to today due to the weather last night. Turns out probably could have been able to play it at 7:30 originally. And so I'm Gage Bowles on the call. Only one more game left on the schedule for the Hutto Hippos, and that's Tuesday night at Cedar Ridge. Hippos were supposed to play Georgetown today at 2 o'clock over at Georgetown High School, but that game got canceled because this is a district game, and it's more important, not so much for the Hippos because they're not in a place to make the playoffs, but really important for the Vipers because they are right in the middle of a playoff fight, and I'm not quite sure what the scenarios are on that, but I know they are in 5th place, and they are tied with the 3rd and 4th place team with district records. So they're really looking to try and make that probably make that 4th team to cut into the playoffs. So Hippos come in with an 8-8 record, 3-9 in district. That's 7th place in district. The last 5, the Hippos are 1-4. Back on April 6th against Stony Point, they won 5-4 in that long marathon 13-inning game. And then on April 9th against Stony Point, they lost 4-0. Hippos bats in that game really looked tired after that long game that Tuesday. And then on April 13th, which was last Tuesday, they lost to Vista Ridge 4-3. Bats came awake late, and they made a run at comeback, but just weren't able to quite complete it. And then last Friday at Vista Ridge, Hippos lost 4-0. And then Tuesday night, they played over at Vandegrift High School, and they lost 3-0. Apparently, it was a pretty closely contested pitched game. Wasn't able to be at that Vista Ridge game last Friday or Tuesday's game against Vandegrift. Hippos' offense is really struggling. They've scored a total of 7 runs in their last 5 games. Not great. Pitching has been really pretty good for the Hippos. Base running and throwing errors really have cost the Hippos quite a few games. I can count probably about 3. The Vandegrift Vipers come in at 17-12 overall, but 6-6 in district. That's good for 5th place in the district. The last 5 games, the Vipers are also 1-4, so they've been on a struggling. They lost 4 straight games, starting on April 6th versus Cedar Ridge. They lost 4-2. April 9th against Cedar Ridge, they lost 6-2. Cedar Ridge is the top team in the district. On the April 13th, they lost to Westwood 3-0. Last Friday, April 17th, they lost to Westwood 9-4. And then Tuesday night, they defeated the Hutto Hippos 3-0. District standings look like this. First place, you got Cedar Ridge at 15-12 overall, 9-3 in district. Then you got second place in Round Rock. You got them at 22-6-1 and 8-2 in district. They haven't played a couple of games because Stony Point has been quarantined, so their games against Stony Point got postponed or canceled. Then in 3rd place, you got Vista Ridge at 12-7-1 overall, but 7-5 in district. In 4th place, you got the Westwood Warriors at 19-8-1, 7-5 in district. Vandegrift, then you got Vandegrift 17-12 overall, 6-6 in district. Then the Stony Point Tigers at 12-12-1, 4-5 in district. Then you got our Hutto Hippos 8-18 overall, 3-9 in district. And last place, you got the McNeil Mavericks 5-21, 1-10 in district. Go over the starting lineups in just a moment.
And in center field, number 4, Tyler Hubbard. Vandegrift's coached by Coach Alan McGee. And now for your hometown.
The starting hip lineup for the Vandegrift Vipers, leading off is 3rd baseman number 1, Nick Jackson. Batting second is the pitcher, number 15, Brighton Buchanan. Batting 3rd, designated hitter 29, Christian Ochrholm. He's hitting for the first baseman, M.D. Connor. In the cleanup spot is 2nd baseman, number 13, Clayton Moore. Batting 5th is catcher, number 25, Landon Thompson. Batting 6th is right fielder, number 18, Will Gilbert. Batting 7th is left fielder, number 6, David Forrell. Batting 8th is shortstop, number 5, Ryan Back, also the Vipers' starting quarterback. And batting 9th is left fielder number 4, Tyler Hubbard. And once again, playing first base but not hitting today is number 20, M.D. Connor. And that is the lineup for the Vandegrift Vipers. National anthem about to come up, and then we'll we'll look at the Hippos starting lineup as we get ready for the first inning to get underway after the national anthem. And the national anthem. And as we get ready for the start of the first inning, I'm going to go over the Hippos lineup. Leading off is second baseman number 2, Caleb Cantwell. Batting second is center fielder number 20, Chris Gadesick. Batting third is pitcher and designated hitter number 7, Garrett Bain. Batting in the cleanup spot is catcher Xander Hall. Batting fifth, left fielder Andrew Ender. Batting sixth is right fielder number 8, Alex Velasco. Batting seventh, third baseman number 17, Aiden Pollard Torres. Batting eighth, left fielder number 15, Tabari Swift. Haven't seen him get to play a whole lot. And then batting ninth is shortstop number 14, Grayson Doggett. And Hippos and Vipers playing a 12 o'clock game. Wind blowing out to center field. We've seen several, I believe it's blowing out to center field. Yes, it is. The last several games that we've seen that has been pretty windy. The wind's about 10, 11, 12 miles an hour out to center field. Has not been good for the Hippos. They've been gotten blown up on home runs. And so Hippos look to change that today. It's their final home game, so these singers for the Hippos, which I believe is Caleb Cantwell, Garrett Bain. No, excuse me, not Garrett Bain. Caleb Cantwell, Andrew Ender, I think, Tabari Swift. Several players. Final home game. So, and starting pitcher for the Hippos is number 7, Garrett Bain, the Texas Tech commit. Last time I saw him pitch, I don't get to see him pitch a whole lot, but apparently he pitches quite a bit. Last time out that I saw him pitch was that game at Stony Point. Came out through about 7 or 8 relief innings and just completely shut down that Stony Point Tiger offense in that 13-inning game. Struck out 15 out of the 30 batters that he faced, so hopefully he can do that against these Vipers. Maybe put a damper on their playoff hopes. So coming up to bat is the third baseman. Number 1 is Nick Jackson. And the first pitch from Bain is in. First pitch swinging, grounded to second baseman Caleb Cantwell, thrown over to first baseman Andrew Ender for the first out of the inning. And now batting is the pitcher, number 15, Brighton Buchanan. Got weather right now, 75 degrees. Wind out of the north-northwest at 13 miles an hour. A beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky. Much different from yesterday afternoon. First pitch to Buchanan was in, called for strike 1. Next pitch is swinging. Is Buchanan. Got him, looked like maybe on a changeup that just dropped out from under the bat. And Bain working quickly, and the pitch is in. Down for ball 1. 1-2 count to Brighton Buchanan. Hippos in their white pinstripe uniforms. And the pitch is high for ball 2. And Vipers in their, it looks like cream jerseys with a black stripe down the pants, on the pant leg with black lettering. Pitch is driven into center field. Missed. Center fielder Chris Gatesick tries to slide to make the catch. Just cannot corral it in. Throws it in, and Buchanan is going to be sliding in with a triple. Buchanan at third base, and now batting is the designated hitter, Christian Ochrholm. A nice swing by Brighton Buchanan, and the pitch swinging fouled back into the net for strike 1. And the windup from Bain, and the pitch is in. Down for ball 1. Bain with the windup in the pitch. Fouled back and out of the stadium. For strike 2, 1-2 count. And the pitch from Bain is in, down in the dirt. Nice stop by catcher Xander Hall to avoid most likely what would have allowed Brighton Buchanan to score if that got away from him. And Bain is getting his signs from his catcher, the windup and the pitch. And just high for ball 3, full count. Pitch from Garrett Bain is in, swinging line straight to center field. Gatesick going way back. That ball got caught up in the wind, gets all the way to the wall, and Ochrholm is in with the RBI double. That pitch, like I said, these windy games that the wind is out to center field does not do well for the Hippos pitching. Balls just get caught up in the wind and carry over the the outfielders' heads, or over the fence for home runs. So 1-0, Vipers lead 1-0. And the first pitch to third baseman Clayton Moore is in for strike 1. Bain from the stretch now. And the pitch outside, ball 1. And the pitch, curveball, looked like it was down on the outside bottom corner, but called for strike 2. 1-2 count. And swinging, popped up. Gonna be wind. Again, carries that, but able to corral it in is right fielder Alex Velasco for the second out of the inning.
Catcher number 25, Landon Thompson.
And now batting is catcher Landon Thompson. Ochrholm was able to advance to third base on that flyout. And Bain steps off, gets himself composed, and now the windup from him. And the pitch outside, ball 1. And the windup from Bain and the pitch. Just inside, almost thought it hit that inside corner, but called for ball 2. 2-0 count to Thomason. 2 outs in the inning, runner on third. And the pitch. Outside, ball 3. The windup from Bain. The pitch. On that outside corner, called for strike 1. A little bit of a pitch out. Catcher Xander Hall got up. Thought he was going to try and throw out the guy at third. And the pitch. Fouled back. Three-two count. Payoff pitch is coming. Christian Ochrholm will be running on this. And in for ball 4 for a walk. Looked like a very good pitch in the strike zone. And little mound visit between Xander Hall and Garrett Bain. Garrett Bain asking the home plate umpire where that pitch missed. Umpire was saying up. And now batting is right fielder number 18, Will Gilbert, for the Vipers. And the pitch is outside and high, ball 1. Hippos would love to be able to win this game and maybe be able to pull off a win Tuesday night and win their final 2 games of the season. And pitches in for strike 1. 1-1 count. Tuesday night, Hippos go play over at Cedar Ridge, top team in the district. Last time they played, it was their first district game. Hippos won on a walk-off, 3-2. And the pitch from Bain. Grounded to hit the base runner, and base runner Landon Thompson going to second, and it's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. And we've reached the middle of the 1st. Vipers plate 1 run, and Vipers lead 1-0. You're listening to Hutto Hippo Baseball on the SHN Sports Network. Welcome back to Hutto High School Baseball Stadium for this matchup between the Hutto Hippos and the Vandegrift Vipers. Gage Bowles on the call. Getting ready to start the bottom of the 1st. Vipers lead 1-0 early after a leadoff triple. Well, a triple by Brighton Buchanan, the pitcher, who is starting for the Vipers. And then Kristen Ochrholm drove him in with a double. And that's where we stand right now. And Brandon Buchanan throwing his final warm-up pitches of the inning. And leading off for the Hippos is going to be second baseman number 2, Caleb Cantwell. And the first pitch from Buchanan is in. A curveball hits that bottom of the zone for strike 1. Buchanan with the next pitch. Another curveball misses that inside corner for ball 1. 1-1 count. And the windup from Buchanan and the pitch. Lined by Cantwell. Gonna hit find a bit of the gap. Left fielder David Forrell able to come over and grab that to keep Cantwell to a single. So a nice swing by Cantwell coming out early on the third pitch. Swinging, nice contact. And now batting is the center fielder, number 20, Chris Gadesick. Cantwell likes to run, but he has to be careful. He's one of the ones who has a lot of base running errors by. And ball gets away from the first baseman, M.D. Connor, on the pickoff attempt, and Cantwell smart and just stays at second. So Cantwell advances to second on a pickoff error. And bunting is Cantwell right down that third base line, and third baseman Nick Jackson tried to watch that to see if it would roll foul, but it stops, and Chris Gadesick legs out infield bunt single, advancing Caleb Cantwell to third base. And now batting is the pitcher, number 7, Garrett Bain. And stepped off, acting like he was going to throw over to third base, but then made motion to throw over to first base to try and get Gadesick, but no throw. And Buchanan with the pitch is in, just outside for ball 1. 1-0 count to Bain. Bain would love to be able to hit a home run right here. Opposite field, down the line, gonna just stop on a weird bounce, and right fielder Will Gilbert had a hard time playing that, and Garrett Bain with a single, RBI single, scoring Caleb Cantwell. Chris Gadesick advances from first to third. And runners on the corners, no outs. 4 catchers, Xander Hall. Pitches outside, gets away from catcher Landon Thompson, but not far enough away. And Hippos also being smart, not being too risky on the base pass. Taking the easy bases, not trying to extend them. And the pitch is a nice curveball, but misses that outside corner for ball 2. Very good pitch. Buchanan looks like he has a nice curveball. And the pitch from Buchanan, down and away. And snap down to first, throw to first, as Garrett Bain had a little too far lead off, but able to get back as the throw from catcher Landon Thompson to first baseman M.D. Connor was low. And the pitch from Buchanan on that hits that outside corner for strike 1. 3-1 count. Last thing Buchanan wants to do here is walk and load the bases. And the pitch is down and away for a walk. So bases are loaded for the Hippos with no outs in the bottom of the first. And a courtesy runner, number 5, coming in for Xander Hall. One moment, and number 5 is Jeremy Garcia. And no outs in the inning. Now batting is Andrew Ender. And Buchanan taking his time. Sets the windup and the pitch. Not pitch in, called for strike 1. Buchanan with the windup. The pitch is in. Swinging is Ender. Just gets a piece of that. But or does not get a piece of it. It is a strike, but gets away from catcher Landon Thompson. And I thought it was a foul tip. I thought I heard it hit off the bat. Everyone thinks it was a foul tip. Viper head coach coming out to talk to home plate umpire about it, and the two umpires are going to get together. As of right now, it is 2-1 Hippos. And they hold it. So Chris Gadesick scores on a passed ball, swung by Andrew Ender, an 0-2 count to Ender, making it a 2-0 game, 2-1 game. Nice swing and a miss by Ender on a nice curveball by Brighton Buchanan. And I do not agree with that. I'm thankful for it. Glad that it went the Hippos' way, but because there's been a lot of calls this year that have not gone the Hippos' way, but that one I do not believe should have been a run, because I heard it hit off the end of the bat. And the first pitch to number 8, Alex Velasco, is grounded to shortstop. Brian back and misplayed, just barely misplayed. Gets it throw over to first baseman M.D. Connor, but Alex Velasco was able to leg out the infield single, and that brings in Garrett Bain to make it 3-1 Hippos. So Alex Velasco does reach on an error. 1 out in the inning. Now batting is Aiden Pollard Torres for the Hippos, the third baseman. First pitch was in for a strike. Did not see if he swung at it. I was busy writing down in my scorecard. And Brighton Buchanan set. Runners on the corner. And the pitch. Swinging strike by Pollard Torres. Runners on the corner. Jeremy Garcia at third base. And Alex Velasco at first. And he's going to be safe. Oh, no, he was out at home. And Vipers head coach coming out to argue this one. He's for sure out. Alex Velasco got caught in a rundown in between first and second base as a pickoff throw to third base was going. He stopped his throw, saw that Alex Velasco was running to second base, and so the guy at third, Jeremy Garcia, ran home, and they threw home, and the throw way beat him, and the home plate and the tag obviously beat him. Jeremy Garcia didn't even touch home plate, and they called him safe at home, and Viper fans and players are not happy at all. So Hippos now have a 4-1 lead. That's the second bad call. Viper head coach is back-to-back times come out to them, argue the call. And 0-2 count to Pollard Torres, swinging strike 3. So that is only the second out in the inning. And so runner on second for the Hippos, and now batting is number 15, Tabari Swift. This is the first time I have seen Tabari Swift play. Doesn't get to play a whole lot, but senior I know, and pitch down, gets away. Smart move by Alex Velasco at second to stay at. He thought about going to third, but decided to stay at second. And 1-0 count to Swift. And swinging is Tabari. Fouled out of the stadium for strike 1. And the pitch from Buchanan. Down. Ball 2. 2-1 count. Coming to Tabari Swift. High. Has to back away from that pitch. Move his head out of the way. 3-1 count. On deck for the Hippos is Grayson Doggett. And the pitch is down for a walk. So Tabari Swift walks. And now batting is shortstop, number 14, Grayson Doggett. Committed to Wichita State University. Meeting at the mound between the Vipers. I think it's their pitching coach maybe, or head coach, I'm not for sure. In the whole infield. Runners at first and second for the Hippos. A controversial couple runs. I have to say I agree with the Vipers' arguments on both of those runs. It really should only be 2-1 Hippos. But Hippos, good job at taking advantage of some calls for once, going in the direction of going their way. Have a lot of calls this year gone not their way, so Hippos thankful to be on the winning side of those calls. And so Brighton Buchanan, first pitch to Doggett. Nice curveball, but just high. Ball 1. And the pitch outside. Ball 2. Ninth batter for the Hippos in the inning. Two-0 count to Doggett. Pitch from Buchanan. Swinging is Doggett, missing. Looked like on a nice heater away. And Buchanan sets. And the pitch. Line past third baseman. Third baseman not able to pick it. Waving around. Is dropped the ball, and so number 8, Alex Velasco, does score. Throw beat him. Looked like he was going to be out, but the catcher, Landon Thompson, just not able to complete that catch, and so Doggett in with a RBI double. And 5-1 Hippos lead. And I think the Vipers are going to make a pitching change now. Now batting is Caleb Cantwell for the Hippos. And the Vipers are making a pitching change. Coming into pitch is going to be number 45, Daniel Faro, coming into pitch for the Vipers after Brighton Buchanan only lasts 0.2 innings, giving up 5 runs. 2 of those should have not even been allowed to have, but nonetheless, Hippos lead 5-1. And we're going to keep it right here as Daniel Farr throws his warm-up pitches. Hippos have batted around back to the top of the order. We can check on a couple MLB scores. There's a few games going on right now. You got the Royals and Tigers at the end of 1. Tied at 0, no score. The top of the first, the Mariners, and lead the Red Sox 1-0. Those are the only 2 games going on right now. Surprisingly, the Royals are leading the AL Central, and the Mariners lead the AL West, and the Red Sox, they lead the AL East also. And another surprise is the Yankees in last place at 8-11. Tied with the Orioles at 8 and also at 8-11. And Mariners Oh no, the Mariners are now in second place with a 12-8 record. Oakland on a hot streak at 13-7. Started out the season terrible. And now batting is Caleb Cantwell. And pitch is high, gets away from the catcher, and Tabari Swift coming home and called safe again. And that one I think was much more of a, that was a pretty good call. And then pitch, throw back in. Grayson Doggett comes home and scores. So nice heads-up baseball by the Hippos. Tabari Swift scores. The bad throw back to the catcher gets away, and Doggett scores on that, makes it 7-0. A 1-0 count to make it 7-1 Hippos. A 2-0 count to Caleb Cantwell. And the pitch. And for called strike one. 2-1 count to Caleb Cantwell. Earlier this inning, to lead off the game, he had a single, leadoff single, and ended up coming around to score. The next pitch is outside, ball 3. A 3-1 count to Cantwell. And pitch is high for ball 4 for a walk. So now batting is number 20, center fielder Chris Gadesick. Last time up, this inning, Gadesick also with a single. I believe it's scored Cantwell. First pitch into Gadesick is a strike. And Farrow sets, and the pitch. Gadesick Cantwell running to second, stolen, gets away from catcher, so a stolen base by Caleb Cantwell. A 1-1 count to Gadesick. And the pitch, high, ball 2. A 2-1 count. And the pitch, outside, ball 3. 3-1 count to Gadesick. And the pitch hits that inside corner for strike 2, a full count. Farrow looking to get the Vipers out of this disastrous first inning. And Farrow sets the windup and the pitch. Inside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks. And runners on first and second, and now batting is the pitcher, number 7, Garrett Bain. Last time up, he also had a single. Hippos led off the inning with 3 straight singles and a walk before recording the first out of the inning. And next pitch is just outside, ball 1. And the pitch, swinging high, is strike 1. Bain was swinging for the fences on that one. He had a home run written all over that swing. Farrow checks the runner at second, and the pitch. Down and gets away from the catcher. Both runners advance. And the Vipers are not this bad. They're a good baseball team. You've got to think they're a bit shaken from couple really bad calls that would have gotten them out of this inning. And another pitch is down and away in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher just a bit. Not enough to score a run. 3-1 count. trying to avoid walking to load the bases again. Pitch is high for a walk. 3 straight walks by Daniel Farrow. Now batting is catcher Xander Hall. And Farrow sets, checking the runner at second, and the pitch, first pitch into Hall is inside, called for strike one. Hippos fans didn't like that, but that's all right. They've had several big calls go in their favor this inning. And the pitch from Farrow fouled back. Strike 2. Farrow looking to get out of this inning with this next pitch. 0-2 count after 3 straight walks to load the bases. Second time the Hippos have had the bases loaded this inning. And the pitch. High. Ball 1. 1-2 count. This is the Hippos' 13th batter of the inning. And the pitch. Just high. Ball 2. Viper pitchers really testing that curveball, seeing where they can get on the corners. And the pitch. Fouled back into the net. 2-2 count. On deck for the Hippos is Andrew Ender, the first baseman. And Farrow sets, and the windup and the pitch. Just high and outside, full count. Bases loaded. All 3 runners will be in motion on this pitch. And swinging, strike 3 to get out of the inning. Gets Xander Hall. So, a massive inning for the Hippos, yielded by a couple of horrible calls, but Hippos will take it to make it 7-1. Hippos sent 13 batters to the plate in that inning. They had only 5 hits in the inning, lots of walks. All 3 outs came on the swinging strikeout, though. And we've reached the end of 1. Hippos lead 7-1. And leading off for the Vipers will be left fielder number 6, David Forrell. And not a whole lot of college baseball going on right now. See the games that are going on, though. LSU and Mississippi. Ole Miss ranked number 12 in this country. LSU leads 3-2 early in the top of the second. Virginia defeated Duke 4-3. At 2 o'clock, you got Baylor. They play number 5 Texas Tech. At 2 o'clock, you got number 6 Tennessee playing at A&M. At 2 o'clock, you got number 3 Texas playing at number 24 Oklahoma State. You got at 4 o'clock, Kansas playing at number 8 TCU. Also at 5:45, you got Tennessee at A&M. Some double headers due to rain, the storms last night. Now at 6 o'clock, you got Texas at Oklahoma State. So a couple double headers. And now to start the top of the second, leading off is David Forrell. And the first pitch from Bain is just outside and low. Ball 1. And the pitch from Bain must be just high. Ball 2. Looked like another good pitch. And the windup from Bain. And the pitch out. Down and away. Ball 3. 3-0 count. And the pitch. Hits that outside corner for strike 1. The windup and the pitch. Outside for a walk. Leadoff walk to start the top of the second.
Shortstop number 5, Ryan Back.
And now batting is shortstop Ryan Back. I'm going to look up to see. I believe he is committed somewhere to play football. And the pitch. Swinging. Fouled up. Right fielder Alex Velasco ran over, tried to make the play, but just big foul territory, not able to get over there. And Ryan Back is going to be the quarterback at Trinity University. And the pitch hits that outside corner. And for strike 2, that looked way outside. 0-2 count, 2 back. Very good quarterback. Hits called, strike 3. Rung him up on that outside corner. And now batting is center fielder Tyler Hubbard. Vipers are doing a good job of keeping their composure. Not doing anything to possibly get ejected from this game, because there's a reason that they could want to do that. And the pitch fouled. Have legitimate reasons to argue calls. Doing a good job of keeping their composure. The pitch from Bain is called for a ball. Strike zone been very inconsistent. That looked like it was almost right down the middle. Bain sets and the pitch. Pitch is down and away in the dirt. A check swing by Tyler Hubbard did not go for ball 2. 2-1 count to Hubbard. And runner going to second. Throw down. Beats him out for the stolen base. Nice jump by David Forrell. A good throw by catcher Xander Hall. And a 3-1 count to Hubbard. The pitch. Grounded to pitcher Garrett Bain. And tries to run over to get the guy going to third. Get David Forrell going to third. Decides to not do that. And so, excuse me, I'm a little slow on this. Garrett Bain came over, grabbed the ball, but also third baseman Aiden Politortis was going to come in and grab it, so there was no one at third base to cover that. So Bain had to do a turnaround jump throw, and ball was just a bit offline and just not enough on the pitch. So infield single by Tyler Hubbard, and runners at the corners with 1 out for leadoff hitter Nick Jackson. Throw over high over Andrew Ender's head, way over there, and The second base umpire that is at second base, said that the ball was not in play yet. So I think Bain was even wondering why that was called a not in play, pitcher Garrett Bain. But another break for the Hippos. Lots of breaks for him in this game. And Bain sets. And the pitch. Outside. 1-0 count. And Bain sets. 1-0 count. To Jackson. Swinging. Pop up. Caught by Andrew Ender. Andrew Ender ran over the sun. Had to battle the sun and slid down and made the catch and had to kind of slide down. So, unassisted pop-up out by Andrew Ender.
Number 15, Brighton Buchanan.
And now batting is Brighton Buchanan. Last inning, he had a triple. And Bain getting his signs. Set. Runners at the corners and the pitch. Just outside. Ball one. 2 outs in the inning. Runners on the corner. A good chance for Buchanan. And swinging fouled back. 1-1 count. And Bain taking his time, getting his signs. Checks the runner at first, sets, and the pitch. Down a bit of about a 55-footer. Nice stop by Xander Hall. 2-1 count. And the pitch. A little pitch out. Runner was going to start taking off for second. Decided against it. Stayed at first. And 3-1 count to Buchanan. Drilled into left center field. Gets all the way to the wall. And Buchanan is going to be in with a 2 RBI double. And Vipers feeling right back in this game. Only down by 4 runs now.
Number 29, Christian Ochrholm.
Now batting is Christian Ochrholm. 7-3 ball game. And Bain sets and the pitch. Just inside. Ball 1. And the pitch. Inside. Had to back out of the way. 2-0 count. And Bain with the pitch. Inside again. Had to move out of the way. It was Ochrholm. 3-0 count. Brighton Buchanan at second base. So far he's had a triple and a double. A nice swing by Buchanan. And swing foul tipped into the glove of Xander Hall. 3-1 count. And the pitch from Bain. Low. 4-4. So Ochrholm, Christian Ochrholm, walks. Puts runners on first and second. Bain little meeting with the infielders. Hall staying out behind home plate. Maybe what to do about how to play the infield meeting and giving him some confidence to get through this inning. Bain not pitching bad. Also a few calls not go Hippos' way as far as strike and ball counts go. And the pitch. Grounded. Shortstop Grayson stops it and throws over to third base for the out. A nice play by shortstop Grayson. Has to run all the way over, dives, gets that just in his gloves, and makes a difficult throw over to third base for the third out of the inning. And we've reached the middle of the second. Hippos lead the Vipers 7-3. Vipers plate 2 on an RBI double by Brighton Buchanan. And we've reached the middle of the second inning. You're listening to Hutto Hippos Baseball on the SHN Sports Network. Welcome back to Hutto Memorial Baseball Stadium as we get ready to start the bottom of the second. And leading off for the Hippos is going to be first baseman Andrew Ender.
Leading off the bottom of the second for the Hippos, number 13, first baseman Andrew Ender.
Last time up in the last inning, struck out with the bases loaded. And the pitch. Swinging is strike one. Still on the mound for the Vipers is Daniel Faro. And the pitch. Swing grounded to first baseman. He's just going to jog over and step on first base for the first out of the inning. And now batting is Alex Velasco. Last time up, he reached on a throwing error that went way over the first baseman's head. Ended up coming around to score. First pitch is swinging and a miss. And the pitch from Faro. Inside, ball one. And Faro sets, and the pitch popped up by Velasco. First baseman jogging back, and second baseman also comes over, dropped by first baseman, but in foul territory, so it will be a foul ball. Dropped by the first baseman, M.D. Connor. Second baseman Clayton Moore also was behind him. Thought about coming over to make that play, but M.D. Connor called him off, but sun right overhead. Tough to see the ball. And the pitch from Faro. Outside, a nice pitch, trying to hit that outside corner. A 2-2 count. And swinging strike three on a nasty slider or curveball. Now batting is Aiden Pollard Torres. And first pitch swinging is Pollard Torres. Misplayed by first baseman, and second baseman was there to back him up, but also a little bit misplayed. And no one there at first to cover, so an infield single by Paulo Torres, most likely an error. And now batting is Tabari Swift, and there are some defensive changes by the Vipers. Brighton Buchanan, starting pitcher, is now behind the plate. The pitch. And for strike one. 1-1 count to Tabari Swift. And pickoff attempt. Paulo Torres gets back in time. And a little tapper grounder to third baseman Nick Jackson. Nice throw over to first baseman M.D. Connor for the third out of the inning. And nothing doing for the Hippos. And the bottom of the second. And we're going to keep it right here, heading to the top of the third. Hippos lead 7-3. So Brighton Buchanan is now catching for the Vipers. And I think they made it also a defensive change at first base, but I'm not for sure who's there. I think it is now probably Landon Thompson, I think. And a really cool, interesting MLB phenomenon that happened last night. So yesterday, it would be 22 years ago yesterday, Fernando Tatis Sr. hit 2 grand slams in 1 inning off the same pitcher at Dodger Stadium. Fernando Tatis Jr., his son, has hit 2 home runs yesterday against the Dodgers. And so that makes them the first father-son duo to hit multiple home runs against the same team on the same day in the same venue. So leading off to start the top of the third is Landon Thompson. And fouled back. Strike one. Next pitch is swing, fouled back again. 0-2 count to Thomason. Home plate umpire calls time. Thompson steps out. The windup from Bain and the pitch. Grounded. Chop to third baseman Aiden Paulo Torres. Throws over to first base. Andrew throw gets away. And Thomason trips, rounding first to go to second, and has to get back to first base. So Thomason reaches on an error. That's already the third error of the game combined by both teams. So now batting is number 18 right fielder Will Gilbert. And Bain sets, and the pitch. High and outside. 1-0 count. And the pitch. Pitch was high again. Ball 2. Last time. Now he calls it a strike. So 1-1 count. Throw over to first base. Runner gets back. Last time up, Will Gilbert grounded to the second baseman, but hit the runner Landon Thompson for the third out of the inning. And popped straight up. And 4 strike 2. 1-2 count to Gilbert. Pitches in. Strike 3 called. First strikeout by Garrett Bain. And now batting is left fielder David Forrell. Last time up, walked, stole a base, and came around to score. One 0 count to Forrell. Pitches outside. 2-0 count. And pitches in. Xander Hall looks back, wants that to be a strike. Ball 3. 3-0 pitch coming. His outside corner. Strike 1. 3-1 count. Vipers working Bain's pitch count. And this pitch is high. 4-4 for a walk. Runners on first and second. And now batting is shortstop number 5, Ryan Back. And the first pitch to Back is in. Strike 1. Last inning, he struck out looking. 0 for 1. And Bain sets and then quickly steps off. Runner at second, Landon Thompson really getting antsy, getting big leads off. And next pitch is down. 1-1 count. And the pitch. Swinging, strike 2 on a nice heater by Garrett Bain. Bain steps off, getting his signs again. Now steps back and sets. And the pitch. Outside in the dirt. Runner at second really getting hung up, but no throw by Hall. Probably pretty smart, just being safe. Notice the Hippos are being more safe today in their throwing and base running attempts. Trying not to let easy runs score. The pitch from Bain. Curves in, called, strike 3. Back did not like that call. I think Back thought that was a bit high. And last inning, the Vipers scored their 2 runs with 2 outs in the inning. First pitch into Tyler Hubbard is a strike. And the pitch. And 1-1 count now to Hubbard. Hubbard sets and the Bain sets and pitches outside. 2-1 count to Hubbard. And the pitch. Fouled way out of the stadium. 2-2 count. 2-2 count. 2 outs to Hubbard. Bain taking his time, getting his signs. Steps off and steps back on. And sets. And the pitch. Swinging down in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, going to be thrown down to first base for the 3rd out of the inning. And we've reached the middle of the 3rd. Vipers send 5 men to the plate. All 3 outs come on strikeouts. 2 runners did reach, 1 on an error, 1 by a walk. And we've reached the middle of the 3rd. Hippos lead 7-3. Leading off for the Hippos is going to be shortstop Grayson Doggett. And looks like Daniel Faro is still on the mound for the Vipers. And let's look up some MLB scores. There's only a couple games going on. Very sunny, hard to look up. Speaking of a really good game tonight, Padres and Dodgers face off for the 3rd game of a 4-game set at Dodger Stadium. 2 fantastic pitchers going at each other. Blake Snell for the Padres and Trevor Bauer for the Dodgers. And quick half inning. And now batting is shortstop Grayson Doggett. And the pitch. First pitch to him is lined. Diving is shortstop. Thrown over to first. Diving was the shortstop Ryan back. Thrown over to first baseman MD Connor if he's still playing. But Grayson Doggett able to leg out an infield single.
Second baseman number 2, Caleb Cantwell.
Now batting is Caleb Cantwell. And now batting is Caleb Cantwell. First pitch to him was high for ball 1. And the pitch outside, thrown over to snap throw over to first base. Gets back in time. And now playing first base is Landon Thompson, who was the starting catcher. Next pitch is in, called for a strike. Uh, 2-1 count to Cantwell. Ball is high for ball 3. 3-1 count. Next pitch is in for a walk. So Cantwell walks. And now batting.
Center fielder number 20, Chris Gatesick.
Now batting is center fielder Chris Gatesick for the Hippos. Runners on first and second. Bunting is Chris Gatesick, but it hits him. home plate umpire calls him, says go hit by pitch, but he did offer, so he shouldn't be credited a hit by pitch. And Viper head coach comes out, asks the umpire to talk it over. As of right now, bases are loaded, and they keep him at first.
Pitcher, number 7, Garrett Bain.
And so bases are loaded for the Hippos as Garrett Bain comes up to bat. First pitch to Bain is swinging. Strike one. 0-1 count. The last thing the Vipers want here is for Bain to get a hold of one, which is what Bain would love to do, and drive one. And the pitch. High and outside. Ball one. 1-1 count to Bain. Pitches in. Fouled back is by Bain. 1-2 count. And pitch to Bain is strike three looking. Bain didn't like that call either. Pitch looked outside. And now batting is catcher Xander Hall. And the pitch. High and outside. Ball one. To Hall. Pitch is high and outside. Wind picking up again. 2-0 count. To Hall. Swinging. Two 2-1 count to Hall. Next pitch is high for ball 3. Three-one pitch coming. Swinging fouled back by Hall. Just got under that. 3-2 pitch to Hall. About to be coming. Farrow getting his signs. He's set. And the pitch. It's called strike 3. Hall thought that was low and outside for a walk. Umpire says differently. Got him looking. For the second out of the inning. Both teams really now just getting completely gypped on really bad calls. And now batting is Andrew Ender. Pitches right down the middle, strike one. And the pitch. Fouled back, strike two. And Ender steps out, adjusts his batting gloves. And steps back in. Farrow getting his signs. Set. The windup and the pitch. Just called inside. Viper fans and pitcher Daniel Farrow really wanted that call, but he would have gotten out of a massive bases loaded jam. Swinging strike 3. Hippos, after getting the first 3 men on base, have 3 straight strikeouts and leave the bases loaded. And that is the end of the third inning. Hippos lead 7-3. New pitcher coming on for the Hippos is number 16. One moment. Number 16. I am not sure who that is. Caden Matoka. Should have known that. Caden Matoka coming on to pitch for the Hippos. So Garrett Bain goes 3 innings, allows 3 runs, struck out 4 men, walked 4 guys. So not a bad outing by Garrett Bain. Not sure why they took him out. Probably his pitch count got high. Vipers really worked his pitch count. And leading off for the Vipers is going to be leadoff hitter, third baseman number 1, Nick Jackson. And Vipers have been mad all game. They have done a good job of keeping their composure. But you got to think it's about to blow soon, and they're going to go on a tear. Hippos starting to feel the sense of how the Vipers have been feeling with some bad calls. And now batting is third baseman Nick Jackson. And the first pitch from Matoka is in. High, ball 1. A lot of noise coming from the Viper dugout. They believe in themselves. And the pitch. Gets that outside corner, strike 1. Jackson freezes and just looks back, and the pitch down in the dirt, ball 2. Two 1 count to Jackson. Matoka sets, and the pitch. Swinging, makes contact, popped up to center fielder Chris Gatesick for the first out of the inning. And now batting is the catcher, Brighton Buchanan.
Number 15, Brighton Buchanan.
And nice curveball in for strike 1. So far he has a double and a triple. Pitch is down in the dirt. Nice pick by Xander Hall. Ball 1. He had a 2 RBI double last time up. And the pitch. Just low. 2-1 count. And the pitch. Swinging is Buchanan. Nice whiff. Pitch looked like it was slow. Looks like it was probably a changeup. Got Buchanan out in front of it. And 2-2 pitch. Down in the dirt. Nice block by Hall. Full count. And 3-2 pitch coming. Grounded to shortstop Grayson Doggett. Thrown over. Just high, but also hits Buchanan for and a courtesy runner, number 12, I think.
Designated hitter number 29,
Connor Freeman. Not a good throw by Grayson Doggett, so Brighton Buchanan now batting is Christian Ochrholm. Pitch just gets away from catcher Xander Hall, not nearly far enough to advance the runner. And 1-0 count to Ochrholm. And the pitch pops up and just out. One and one count to Ochrholm. Not sure whether to score Brighton Buchanan's a reach on error or a single. Don't want to take away the possibility of a cycle for him. He'd have to get a home run. But that was a errant throw by Grayson Doggett. And the pitch popped up. Third baseman Andrew Ender. Now playing third base is Andrew Ender. Popped up 2 and caught by Tabari Swift. So
Second baseman, number 13, Clayton Moore.
2 outs in the inning. Now batting is Clayton Moore. Andrew Ender now playing third base. At first base is Garrett Bain. Throw over. Runner gets back in time. And the pitch. Down and away. Ball 1. And the pitch is in on that outside corner. Strike 1. Pitch is high and inside. 2-1 count. And the pitch lined. Gonna drop in front of left fielder Tabari Swift. Quickly throws it in to shortstop Grayson Doggett. And a nice 2-out single by Clayton Moore. So runner on first and second. Now batting is Landon Thompson, the first baseman now. Vipers would love to be able to capitalize in on this with a runner in scoring position. Score at least 1 run. Last time up, Landon Thompson reached on an error. And the pitch. Swinging, got him way out. Pitch that dropped way out of the zone into the dirt. And the pitch, foul tipped for strike 2. Oh, 2 count to Thompson. Matoka sets, and the pitch. Outside. Thought about throwing over to first base, as Clayton Moore was quite a bit off, but decided against it. Would rather not throw it away and allow a run to score. Matoka sets, and the pitch. Swinging, strike 3. To end the top of the 4th inning threat. And we've reached the middle of the fourth. Hippos lead 7-3. Hippos haven't had much offense going since that first inning. Vipers' offense has gone a bit cold too, especially once they get runners on. And you're listening to Hutto Hippos baseball on the SHN Sports Network. Welcome back to Hutto Memorial Baseball Stadium. As we get ready to start the bottom of the fourth. And still pitching for the Vipers is number 45, Daniel Faro. And now batting to lead off the bottom of the fourth for the Hippos is number 8, right fielder Alex Velasco. First pitch to him is called for a ball. And the pitch. High, ball 2. And the third pitch to Velasco is high, ball 3. 3-0 count to Velasco. And the pitch. Outside, ball 4. Velasco at first didn't run because he thought that was a strike. Thought that was going to be a strike, but a 4-pitch walk to Velasco. And now batting is pitcher Cade Matoka. Looks like he will take over for Aiden Pollard Torres. And pitch out, and they got Alex Velasco on the pickoff. First pitch to Matoka was a ball with the pickoff. Next pitch is in for called strike 1. So a nice throw down by catcher Brighton Buchanan to get Alex Velasco. Next pitch is fouled back. 1-2 count. So Aiden Pollard Torres' day ends 0 for 1, reaching base on an error and a strikeout. That is assuming he doesn't come back in to hit. Next pitch is swinging, strike 3 by Matoka. Got him on an inside pitch, got him twisted up on that swing. And now batting is Tabari Swift. 0-1. A walk and came around to score, and then a ground out, third baseman to first base. Pitch is high and outside, ball 1. Not sure what Tabari Swift's season stats are, but I know he doesn't play a whole lot. Getting a nice game to play in. Next pitch is on that outside corner, called for strike 1. 1-1 count. And the pitch. Outside, ball 2. Pitch got away from the catcher, but no harm done as there was no one on base. 2-1 count to Swift. Pitch is outside, ball 3. And Faro sets the windup and the pitch. Inside, ball 4 for a walk. The second walk of the day. Tabari Swift also plays basketball. Nice that he's getting to play in his final home game, as he is a senior. And now batting is Grayson Doggett. 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Swinging and miss by Doggett. 1-0-1 count to Doggett. And runner, Swift is fast and got him out. Looked like Swift was maybe safe. And head coach Justin Elmore is going to go out and talk to second base umpire about that. And Tabari Swift, nice speed, a nice jump, thought to really kind of beat the throw. Just second baseman Clayton Moore, I believe, is the one who placed that tag. Made a nice reach back behind him, and so Hippos only send 3 minutes play. They get 2 guys on, but both guys are picked off or caught stolen. And we've reached the end of 4. Still on the mound for the Hippos is going to be Cade Matoka. Hippos lead 7-3. Padres and Dodgers have a great season series going on, a great rivalry, really probably the best in baseball right now. Thursday night, they defeat the Padres, won just 1 second, 3-2 in a really good pitched game last night. Good pitched game, especially by Yu Darvish. Clayton Kershaw got beat up a bit, and Padres won that game 6-1. Right now, the Royals lead the Tigers 2-1. Mariners lead the Red Sox 4-0. And in the top of the second, the Pirates and Twins are tied at 0. And now leading off for the Vipers to lead off the top of the 5th is going to be right fielder number 18, Will Gilbert. No, it is now number 17. That is Josh Masonov. And the pitch. Swinging, strike 2. 1-1. Josh Masonov at the plate. Fouled. Hit by pitch.
Now batting left fielder number 6, David Farrell.
Now batting is number 6, David Farrell. He's so far 0 for 0, walked both times. First time up, he walked, stole a base, and came around to score. Second time up, he just walked and didn't advance any. Was stranded at first base. And the pitch. Just down and away. Ball 1. And complaining about Cade Matoka not setting completely. Pickoff attempt. Gets back in time. Josh Masonov at first base. And the pitch. High. Ball 2. And the pitch. Throw over to first base. Just gets back in time. That last pitch was in for a strike. 2-1 count to Farrell. Vipers doing a nice job of being patient at the plate, knowing that they need base runners to be able to score. And the pitch from Matoka is in. Inside. Ball 3. 3-1 count. And high, ball 4.
Shortstop, number 5, Ryan back.
That was the 9th batter that they got at least a 3-1 count on. Have several where they had a 3-2 count on. Not including any of those that got fouled off. And the pitch. First pitch to Ryan back is swinging, strike 1. 0 for 2 is back. Both times called out swinging. Called out looking, excuse me. And the pitch. Throw over to first base. 1-1 count. A lot of district games going on today due to the weather last night. And the pitch. Down and away. 2-1 count. 2 back. Back would love nothing more than to do is get on here and at least drive in a run, because he's had 2 really rough at-bats. And the pitch. Lined over center fielder Grayson Doggett's glove. Just hits off the top of it. Johnson Masonave coming around to score. And Ryan back has an RBI single. Grayson Doggett almost made a spectacular play out at shortstop, but just a bit high off the top of his glove. And runners on the corners. Josh Masonave got to come around to score. And meeting at the mound. An offensive meeting. And coming into pitch is going to be number 17, Aiden Pollard-Torres for Caden Matoka. Excuse me, number 8 is now pitching, I think, for the Hippos. Aiden Pollard-Torres is coming back into the game, though. Excuse me. Number 2, Caleb Cantwell. And now to pitch. Lots of, by both teams, defensive switches.
Now on the mound for the Hippos, number 2, Caleb Cantwell.
Some more defensive switches. Garrett Bain at first. At second base looks like is going to be Andrew Ender. Shortstop is still Ender's going to be at third base. Shortstop is still Grayson Doggett. Looks like Aiden Pollard-Torres is now at second. Bame at first. And now batting is number 21. Is Jackson Bogartis. First pitch is down in the dirt away. Next pitch is inside corner, ball 2. Two-0 count to Bogardus. And the next pitch is in, swinging. Just got a piece of that foul back. Bogardus pitching for number 4, Tyler Hubbard. Whether he'll take over defensively or not, that is yet to be seen. High school, they don't always have to do that. 2-1 count. And the pitch from Cantwell. On that outside corner, but called for a ball. Nice framing by Hall. Hippos fans now getting frustrated. And the pitch. Just low for a walk. Seven to 4. Hippos lead. Scoreboard shows it's 8 to 4 Hippos, but that's a mistake. Now batting is Nick Jackson for the Vipers. Bases loaded. David Forrell at third. Ryan back at second. Jackson Bogardus at first. Jocelyn Masonave came around to score on the back single. First pitch to Jackson is called strike 1. A 3-run game. Vipers climbing their way out of the early hole. Swinging fly to right fielder Alex Velasco, if that is still him out there, I believe it is. But a sacrifice fly out for Michael Jackson. So that is the first out of the inning. And David Floral comes around to score to make it a 7-5 game. Now batting is Brighton Buchanan. He has a double and a triple. Last time up, he reached first, but it was on an error. Runners on the corners. And the pitch. Swinging is Buchanan, missed. A big whiff on that pitch. And throw over to first. Runner got back in time. Swing and a miss by Brighton Buchanan. Ryan back at third base. Jackson Bogardus at first. Cantwell sets. And the pitch. Just down, ball 1. See a lot with when Cantwell pitches. His hat falls off a lot, especially whenever he throws his fastballs, but he also seems to pitch a lot whenever it's real windy, so that has a factor in that too. And the pitch. Swinging, strike 3. Gets Buchanan looking silly on that pitch. And now coming up to bat is the designated hitter, number 29, Christian Ochrholm. He's 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, and a flyout. First pitch into him is strike 1. Hit that inside corner for the first strike. And the pitch. Down him for ball 1. 1-1 count. And the pitch. Hit him in the back. Hat falls off of Cantwell again. And 2 outs in the inning. Hippos having a hard time getting out of this inning. Now batting is going to be second baseman Clayton Moore. The first pitch from Cantwell, 2 more. In, called strike 1. 0-1 count. Cantwell taking his time, getting his signs. High pressure situation. Bases loaded. And the pitch. Inside. Ball 1. And the pitch from Cantwell is in. Grounded straight to second baseman Aiden Paulo Torres. Throws over to first baseman Garrett Bain to end the inning. And nice job finally able to get out of the inning by the Hippos. But not before they send 8 men to the plate. They scored 2 runs. And that brings us to the middle of the 5th, I believe. And it is now 7-5. And leading off for the Hippos is going to be Grayson Doggett. Doggett. 2 for 2. Last time up, had a single. Last inning, he ended the inning, but gets to bat again because Tabari Swift was caught stealing. A pitch is inside. I believe it's 2-0. And the pitch. And on the outside corner, strike 1. And the pitch. On that outside corner again. 2-2 count. And the pitch. Way outside. Full count to Doggett. And the pitch. Just outside for a walk. Doggett draws a walk.
Pitcher number 2, Caleb Cantwell.
Now batting is Caleb Cantwell, who is now pitching. Doggett going to second. Pitch is high. And he's going to be safe with a stolen base. Throw beat him, but it was offline. Doggett able to slide around the tag and Nice stolen base to get into scoring position by Grayson Doggett. Pitch, line, straight back, gets into center field. Doggett's held at third base. He was wanting to come around home, but Justin Elmore, head coach, yelling at him to hold at third base.
Center fielder, number 20, Chris Gatesick.
Pitcher, Daniel Faro, had to get his head out of the way. That was right back. And now batting is Chris Gatesick. Last time up, hit by a pitch. He's 1 for 1. Pitch is high. Gatesick showing bunt to try and sacrifice the run home, or the runner over to second. Pulls back as the pitch is high. Ball 1. And the pitch, lined, gets in between the gap in between the shortstop and third baseman, and drives in Grayson Doggett.
First baseman, number 7.
Now batting